And we'll only start playing qualifiers for the World Cup when the time comes.
On
now,
the contrary,
the
it's actually
Starlets.
the
Let's
next
move on.
in
Let's
November,
move on to the Starlets. Let's move on to the Starlets. Now, the rising Starlets were also in action over the weekend, and they had a match being played in Luanda in Angola. Now, they had won the match here in Kenya, and now we're going to play the second leg. And again, they ran riot, didn't they?
They ran riot. Valena Kesa was at her best. She scored the first goal in the 6th minute. I think these rising Starlets are really in good shape. And you know, the bulk of this team has actually come from the school games. You know, and okay, that's advantageous. It's also disadvantageous.
All right.
Nekesa is only in Form 2. Now, the disadvantage here is that there are exams coming.
Now, let's look at the game. Okay,
but this game...
Ken, you're reading too much into these games. Let's look at the game. Let's look at the game. What was the score and who scored?
The score was 4-0.
That's Valerie Nekesa, okay?
Nekesa
She put in the first one, very emphatically
and
there.
Again from the right flank, just like in the first leg.
Very emphatically there, and the celebration was big at that moment. And she seemed to have been in the right place at the right time. She seems to have seen that loophole on that goalkeeper who kept on leaving her line and didn't recover on time.
Yeah, so Valerie Nekesa scored in the 6th minute, and then Anna Rusi scored in the 36th and 57th minute. I'm afraid this is the game in Kenya.
Don't be
and
afraid.
in the extra time, Charity Mwendwa, put the icing on the cake.
All right.
Or is it the cherry on the cake?
Okay, so then the aggregate was 10-1.
10-1. That's not even a
6
root.
and 4.
That's not a root. That's a mauling.
10-1. Yeah, there's very many superstars in these matches, and with the women's game taking shape in the world, it's pretty obvious that some of them will be playing for clubs very, very soon. We don't expect them to stay too long in that circuit. We expect that they'll be scouted out, and yes, they'll be making it big. Congratulations to the Rising Starlets. We wait for the game against Cameroon. We've already done duty in playing Cameroon.